Hello everybody, my name is Saurabh Chatterjee from SIA Photography. My dream is to make every camera owner a great photographer. So let's get started with the reviews. Alright, so today I'm going to start from this picture. So by Sai Sri Harsa. And yeah, this is a nice picture. You have these nice leading lines and a good sky, and this will also make a very nice black and white picture. You just have to adjust little contrast, and yeah, I would love to have maybe one person walking on the bridge will definitely make some difference to the picture. Alright, so this is a picture using the ball. So these are new things that come. So these are some things come in fashion and then they go out. So this is one thing that is in fashion right now. So you might like to buy something like this. But yeah, in the picture you see, I can see the main subject inverted. I would rather like to have it like this, and maybe I would, yeah. So I have already cropped the image. Actually, you see it was much bigger. So I'll show you how it was before. Yeah, so this is how it was before. I had cropped the image like this, and probably this is how I would like to have this. Okay, so maybe, yeah, so maybe something like this. Yeah, but it's a personal choice. Also, will make a very nice black and white, as you can see. This is a lovely picture taken at a nice time. So you can see it's in the evening time probably, and well composed. You see this subject not following the rule, following the rule of thirds, and makes a nice picture. The sky is overcast, okay, but quite an interesting image. So here these colors are a little distracting, so black and white definitely will make a lot of difference to the picture. But yeah, so an inverted image with some reflection in the sky, quite interesting. Okay, the man sitting, and this blue color adds a lot of value to the picture, and then this he's also wearing a blue lungi, that's also making it look interesting. But you see, the moment I did auto here, it adjusted the histogram. So before you can see the histogram or something like this. So always make sure you have the right exposure. The exposure was quite off in this situation before. Okay, so always check the histogram. So whenever you are editing the pictures, so a lot of times this is a common problem that I find between in all the people. So your pictures are little underexposed most of the situations. Okay, so nice macro shot. Well, little over edited, I think so. Yeah, so if you have the raw file, you can edit it properly. So, but yeah, a nice picture with the metro coming in and the sun setting down. Nice picture, but little over edited. Okay, so I generally don't like to see these borders and all. So, and maybe you can just write your name if you want. So I can't say you should not write your name, but yeah, pick by. So obviously it is if you have written your name, it is your pick, right? So this is a lovely picture. You see how the duck is caressing the cat, and the cat has closed his eyes. So lovely picture. But I think it's a little bit of blur here. So whenever you are taking pictures like this, maybe you should be just take care of the shutter speed. Your shutter speed is little too slow for this situation. So you are using 194 millimeter. So as a rule, your shutter speed should be at least 1 by 200th of a second. So this is a common rule that we follow for all things. So now with VR, maybe we can go little slower, but yeah, if you follow this rule, then you will not get disappointed, because this is such a lovely picture. Got little blurred because you see we didn't have the right shutter speed in the camera. This is a lovely picture. You can see a lot of different layers. There is one layer, there is two layers, and this 3, 4, 5. So beautiful picture. And maybe I would just increase little bit of the dehaze. You see, the clouds will start showing up. Will give little more definition. Maybe little bit of shadows. So little bit of tweaking with the settings, so you can bring out the best of your pictures. Nice. You see, everything else is dark except the light on the egret. So nice picture, you can say. You can also, you see, this part, this the space here does not add really a lot of value. So maybe I'll just crop this, and that will make the object little stronger, as you can see. So but quite well in focus. So but you can see the difference in the composition in this picture. So here the subject gets stronger, and this space does not add any value in my opinion. So maybe you can have it like this. Okay, so I wish there was one person looking this side, would have made a much better picture than what we see here. Okay, nice picture. Yeah, so but looks like pose is little uncomfortable, so maybe you can take a picture in a situation where you just tell the people that I'm done with photographing you, and then that's the best time to take the picture, when people are not conscious in this situation. Okay, so well, very cluttered, not much visible. Okay, so um, well, I am not able to understand why the purpose of this thing. So yeah, this is situation, though this is a good picture, so having a nice caption would really definitely be a lot of help in this situation. Okay, so two people with this lamps, nice. So nice moment captured, but not the sharpest image. Maybe the light was very low. Yeah, I can see the light was must have been really very low, because shooting at ISO 6400 and still 1/8 of a second. So yeah, there are a lot of times you don't have much choice. Yeah. Okay, so some fireworks here. So this picture is little overexposed compared to what actually would have been in that situation, I can imagine. So in this situation, probably the picture when you see with your eyes would have been like this, and because the picture is little overexposed, you see we have lost the details of this part. Okay, and yeah, of course, shooting in RAW in a situation like this definitely helps. Okay, so nice, I can see just just the person. Okay, so just the silhouette of the person with light coming from behind, so gives a very nice feeling to the image. Okay, so the flower with the dark background. So I wish the flowers were placed in an angle where this were shining, so they would have made a much better picture rather than this one. And maybe I would just change the white balance to make it a little bit warmer compared to what it is right now. So we'll make the picture look little interesting. So maybe just changing the highlight to some little warm colors. Yeah, so something like this. Okay, so yeah, so whenever you have these kind of shapes or textures or statues, this will definitely make a much better black and white picture. As you can see, the moment I did this into black and white, it looks so much better. Maybe increasing the textures little bit. Well, this is a portrait taken at home. So you see the light is very less, and this background is also not the best that you can get. ISO 5000. So whenever you are taking picture of your children, just try to shoot at a time when the light, you have enough light, and when you have a lot of diffused light coming into your room, because generally our rooms are very dark. So yeah, so go to a place where there is a lot of diffused light coming in, not in the direct sunlight. You will definitely get much better pictures. So you see we got little bit of blur shot at 1/60th of a second and ISO 5000, really very high ISO, though we can't see a lot of noise, but yeah, not the best place to take this picture. So go out, have a lot of natural light, and then you will get better picture, or shoot beside a table lamp. And yeah, if you have a 50mm lens, use that lens, that will be very helpful. Okay, so this angle, I don't really like this angle. Maybe if you go right down at the angle of the Ganpati, it will make a much better picture. Okay, so some leading lines being used here, no distractions in the background. So though this is shot with a mobile phone, still makes a very well composed picture. Okay, so yeah, very nice picture. So but I wonder why 1.8 was used. So you see this part is very under. So whenever you are shooting, so here you can see quite a lot of details coming, but yeah, in a situation like this I would use something like f8 or 10, so that I have more things in focus. Okay, a nice picture, I can say. So unique picture where you see, instead of just having the diyas, you have it on the phone, so with the hand of the phone. Nice, little different picture. So again you see there's a little bit of blur in the picture, because it was shot at 1/100th of a second using a 50 to 55 to 200 millimeter lens. So if you have a 50 millimeter lens, try to use a 50 millimeter lens in this situation, or you have to use a much little faster shutter speed, because kids are always on the move. So try taking the same pictures at 1/200th of a second or something, just to make sure that there is no blur. But otherwise well composed, nice moment captured. Okay, so with a mobile phone, so I only this jali, yeah, this again will make a nice black and white picture. Okay, so a person meditating, but you see part of his body is not visible, so maybe the person is here, the placement you might like to explore the change in position of the body if you are asking the person to pose. Otherwise nice picture. Okay, so a typical sunset with a mobile phone. So this is quite an interesting picture. You see, I like the expressions of the people. The person, the photographer Sumit has gone really down at the eye level and has taken this picture. That is really good. And then the expression of the people. So she is little surprised, and these two ladies are giggling. So very nice picture, gives a very nice feeling. So though you see these people are not very financially sound, you can say, but they are very happy. So you can see the expression, the innocence, the happiness in the faces. So that definitely makes a much better picture. Okay, see, the time of the day really makes a lot of difference, because this was shot in the blue hour. You see how the colors are really showing up very well. So that is my most favorite time to take pictures, is the twilight hour or the blue hour, whatever you can say. Very nice use of concentrated beam of light on the subject. You have some lights in the background, and then there is everything is dark and just you. So that you can use a grid on a, probably this was shot with a grid on a flash of the camera. So that's how you can get pictures like this. Beautiful picture, very nice way to isolate the subject from the cluttered background by using a flash. So flash gives you a lot of control. So if you don't know how to use a flash, or if you think I shoot in natural light and I'm very happy shooting in natural light, explore, just learn how to use it. Most of the chances that you don't know how to use a flash, that's why you were saying that. So go out and do some training, learn how to use a flash, and see, it will change the way you take pictures, because you will not be at the mercy of the natural light. Start using artificial light. Well, nice picture, gives a nice feeling. You see these two cycles, and so the moment I see this picture, I start looking for where are the people who are having this cycle. Probably I can see one person sitting here with another cycle, so maybe they have gone fishing somewhere. Also, because it has nice shapes, you can make it as a black and white, will make a nice picture. Okay, beautiful picture, clean blue sky with this cloud. So next time when you're taking these pictures, make sure the cloud is not cut. You see this shape, very nice shape is being cut here. This will also make a very nice black and white. So you see the moment so this I can go to this BW menu, and this is the blue color. So when I bring down this, you see how dramatic the picture can look. So very nice black and white, and I would have loved to have a person in this frame. So if you have a person, that would really add a lot of value. Maybe a person doing some fishing, or maybe just sitting doing nothing. So that will still, or even a dog or a cat will make a lot of difference to this. Well, I would try to avoid shooting in a situation like this, because you see this part is very overexposed. So yeah, so but you don't have a choice, you can't move the monkey, so you just capture what you get. But yeah, maybe you're not lucky, I would say. A little too tight, but yeah. So you see, this is a very odd crop that you have done. So whenever you're cropping, make sure that you preserve the aspect ratio. So here the aspect ratio is changed, so you made as a square crop. Unless you have a specific reason of why you are doing it, this is not the best crop that you can do, because if you are printing this picture, it will not fit into any picture frame. So you have to make sure you do something about it. Okay, nice bicycle with some background, but yeah, without any people. Okay, so taken at the blue R. So good that you're using the blue R. So you see, even with the mobile phone, you get the blue R colors. Looks quite good. Okay, so well, you need some light on the person's face, will make a nice picture. But yeah, I can't see anything here, so nothing interesting. This is a nice picture. You see these two people walking this side and going, so makes a nice picture. And you can see the whole environment. It's not just about the people, you can see the whole environment of the lake. Okay, so a typical Rajasthani street, you can see this ladies with a wheel sari and one person coming this side. So maybe I would have loved to have the person little bit more in the front, because I am not able to see the details of the person. Okay, so lot of blank spaces. So here you see there's so much happening here, so many people, so many expressions, but here you can't see the say any people. So a lot of blank spaces. So and all the shops are closed. To me it looks more of like a dead picture, so nothing much happening here. So one person walking, but well, not something great. Well, there is a building I know, that's why I am able to identify, but otherwise it's very difficult to identify because it's hidden by the trees. So only this statue is visible here. So not the west viewpoint to take this picture, but I know there is no access to this place. So yeah, you can't do much about it. So nothing we can do about getting a better picture. So yeah, of course, if you are taking the metro, you might like to take a picture. You get a very nice view from the top. I like the angle here, the low angle really works very good here, and I like the way it has been framed with the umbrella as well, and little slow shutter speed, so you get this thing, get a feeling of this moving charka, but not really edited properly. Okay, so you see the moment I increase the contrast, it starts looking better. So you have to edit the pictures properly. So I think that's one common problem between a lot of you people. So you are not editing your pictures properly, not processing your pictures properly. So start shooting in the raw file format to get the more flexibility when you are processing your pictures. So picture of the Ellora caves. Okay, so nothing really very special. Well, I like here, I like this. I would have loved to have a little wider shot where you see the water is falling, but I am not able to see the droplets. And yeah, because it is a mobile shot, you can see the picture is not, we have lost the details and this unusual sharpening because it is a mobile shot. Yeah. Yeah, these pictures you see would look much better when you shoot with the camera. You see, not much details here, even though this might be a high megapixel camera. And you see this part is lost out, totally washed out. So would look very good if you have, shoot with a camera and then bracket these pictures. Nice. I like this thing in the foreground, and but a very typical picture, but still looks good. You see the layers of mountains here, but yeah, typical mountain shot. Yeah, and if you are doing it for the first time, yeah, this is a good picture. I can't say this is a bad picture. Okay, yeah, so the water droplets on the little over sharpened, I would say, because when I zoom in you see how it looks like. So whenever you are sharpening, just make sure that if you are using Lightroom, you use this masking thing, because otherwise it is sharpening the whole thing. So just use the masking. Okay, so I can't see the girl's face here. So yeah, so maybe she is little overwhelmed, or maybe I would take this picture in a situation where the birds are flying all together, so we will make a much better picture. Okay, so the the moon, what settings has been used here? Okay, so here you see ISO 3600, and that's why you are getting some noise no matter whatever camera you are using. So I would rather shoot at little lesser ISO. That also means my shutter speed will go little slow, which is okay. Okay, I would have loved to have these two arches as well, but if you don't have, maybe you can do a little better crop of this picture and a very low resolution picture. So I am not really able to understand whether this is in focus or not, but I hope this will be in focus, because there should not be any problem in focusing in a situation like this. And using f8, so the settings are quite right. So f8 will make sure you get all the details. Okay, mobile shot. Okay, so yeah, if you have a camera, try to use your camera, because you will lose. So these are good to see on the mobile phone, but if you want to print a picture or give it for publishing, so you can't do much about it. So uh, yeah, but otherwise nice picture, good clouds in the sky. Well, so nice slow shutter speed. See the lines, I like it. the the lights, the trails of the tail lights, and because it was shot at f11, you are getting this burst. I would have loved to have something in the foreground, maybe a camera or something, or tripod, or anything which is static, so that will add a lot of value to the picture here. Okay, so there is a beautiful architecture picture, lot of lines and shapes you can see. This will also make a very nice black and white picture. So you see, and black and white we need to do some processing. I will just bring down the exposure of this part. This is a JPEG file, so I can't really do much about it, but yeah, so if you have the raw file, you will be able to do quite a lot. But yeah, just to give you an understanding of what we can do with this, so this makes a nice picture. Okay, so just a shot of a sun setting down with this thing in the foreground, so nice. All right, so I like this angle here. So from here you can see all the pots here, so gives a different perspective. So this again from a low angle gives a different perspective. This part is too bright, by the way, you can see, so I would avoid, whenever I am taking picture in a situation like this, I would avoid this situation. Again taken from a low angle makes a quite an interesting picture. Sometimes low angle really works well. So here you see nice picture, but you see the building is lean backwards, so there is a problem whenever you shoot architectures. You can just go to transform and click on auto, and it will straighten the picture. You see how quickly how easy it was to straighten the picture. This will also make a very nice black and white, by the way. Nice picture. You see black and white really does justice to the picture here, the man standing. So very nice environmental portrait. So instead of just having the face of the person, nice picture with the environment. So the moment I see this picture, I can understand that maybe he's a garlic seller, or maybe just some weight carrier person who carries weight or something. Nice panning shot of a bicycle person. So bicycle really looks good as a subject for panning. A beautiful picture taken during the blue hour. You see the blue colors, and I like. So if you shoot just the lake, it will not make a very good picture, but because you have this tree, it really makes it look very interesting. So whenever you are shooting landscape, try to have something in the foreground that adds some value to the picture. Okay, so well, nothing really great about this. I would love to have one or two people in this situation. Will definitely make a much better picture. Well, another similar picture, but yeah, I like the previous picture much more. Here this part is overlapping with the ground here, so definitely the previous picture was much better. Okay, so taken from a low angle and with a 50mm lens. It is very sharp, taken at night, but quite sharp, and you can see some activities. So here you just have to stand and just wait for some more activities to happen. So you will get some really interesting pictures if you are at this place hanging around and just waiting for some more interesting subjects. I like the feeling of this lady here. So though taken at a very low light, but right settings were used, so you still are able to get the details, not a blurry picture. I like this light, and like this little bit of light falling on that lady and her expression. So beautiful picture, I would say. Very nice expression. She is closing her eyes as she is singing, so gives a very nice feeling to the picture. So some beautiful lines taking you inside, and a light here. This light also adds some value to the picture. This will also make a nice black and white, as you can see. Very nice silhouette with these two people sitting. Nice. So there are ways in which you can make a boring picture look interesting. So though this is a pose picture, I like it. So it looks like the person has cycled all the way from the downhill and reached here, and yeah, and just lifting his hands to show that he is kind of a winner or something. So nice, I would say. So sometimes you have to make people pose to make the picture look more interesting. Thank you so much for listening to the review. I hope this was helpful for you, and we will be continuing this session. So if you have some pictures, so I'm posting the link, so you can post more pictures, and I would love to review them. And so if you think this was helpful for you, so do share it with your friends, like and subscribe. Hope to see you again. Thank you.